Starter so harming those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and nations. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering decisively. I will establish them in the still ones of us, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. All mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and damnation. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering decisively. I will establish them in the still ones of us, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Dala dong warasi beda, no parasi bege, tarba dong tom jen jen bala barde ju parase ba tom je je zo zebe. Manam ga da nyam be sen je dan je dewa dan bin. Dong hara dan jar nyor de la na me ba yang da bar zo be san jo rumbo je do bar zo. Dasandra achieving like dreaming, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in excellent order of the Sangha. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas and Dakinis and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise in the example of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas ambassador enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to Bodhichitta, and apply myself to complete the stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached by the merit of Janarasra and other good deeds. May I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all.
Kempo should be back on in just a second.
Sorry about our lost connections. Bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and mind, faithful to all Tathangatas and the 10 directions. Those who have already reaching the Tathangata state who are still to come. Can you hear, right? Okay. Through the power of Samantabhada's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest vividly in my mind. I prostrate to them, multiplying my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. Each atom I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus all space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offerings of various pearl flowers, flower garlands of music, honoring ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offering to the various music, flower garland of music, honoring oils, manifesting like and fragrant incense. I make offering to them of firm garment, perfume and purple, pearl, highs, moon meru, and orange, the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of the great Buddhist Avasamadabhara. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all Buddhas and the 10 directions of the great Buddhasavas and the Pakshika Buddhas, those who have attained Aharaship, those who have entered the path of Aharaship, and all other beings. I recourse to all great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest way of Dharma, as a light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions and leading them gradually to the enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending to pass into Parinirvana to living long for as many eons as there are atoms of the earth in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. The ground is sprinkled with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the meadow, the spring mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and the moon. As Buddha fear I offer it, may all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fears. To the lamas who possess the three kayas, I offer the altar inner and the sacred offerings. With my body, worth, and all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Rena Mandala Punza Manga Samandra Savaran Samaya Ho. You are equal refuge, ornament of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 worlds. You are the victor Vajradhara without road. I bow at the feet of Father Injecting Sungong, continually I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mine. Please turn the way of Dharma of the two vehicles and their combination according to disposition and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. Majeshri 32. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of clouds of two worlds, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has compassion for all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara, as a father for all only son. Like a thunderclap, awakening those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramana's speech. He wears the wisdom silver to cut the settling of suffering, to dispel the darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Majeshri, adorned by the 112 Son of Buddha, to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Om Vanga Shoram, Om Vanga Shoram, Om Vanga Shoram. Om Vanga Shoram, 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 Om Vanga Shoram. Om Vanga Shoram, 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 Om Arapasana De, Om Arapasana De, Om Arapasana De, Om Arapasana. Om Arapasana De, Om Arapasana De, Om Arapasana De. You who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blazes, and dispel the darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and praise you, Manjashiri. Omge doje shaje reisen dong yenje mede deje bongjong baserje lembo daver jibe ge shaje jarbe shal sorwan de doje jaje de lo naro damar Pamala Chiche Gamboba Pamo Chubai Jarwan Digombe Kaju Lama Nanlai Zorwan De Rome Chiche Yenje Pobrane Izom Sanje Genje Ngo Nye Ranzem Jige Ngozon Donze Sawe Lame Jala Zorwan De. Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, actually. Good morning, everyone. So some yes, afternoon. Some could be evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Okay, so are you ready, everyone? Yes, so now stage your meditation, waking the mind. So we have chapter 8 and this stage of meditation. So introduction, main body of the text, conclusion. So we are in the main body of the text. Main body of the text, how to meditate on the four thoughts that turn the mind. First chapter, we talked, finished that. Second, how to meditate on love. So we talked that finish. Third one is how to meditate on compassion. So we finished that chapter. Today we are in the how to meditate on Bodhichitta. So chapter 4. Chapter 4 and page, if you have the book, is for page, I think is page 42. Yeah, page 42. Then, so in this chapter is how to meditate Bodhichitta. So Bodhichitta meditation is we have to follow by the main important is 4 measurable meditation. Yesterday we shared that little bit, 4 measurable meditation. So then also say 4 measurable how to meditate the love and how to meditate the compassion. So that too is most important. Long as you meditate that too, then immeasurable empathy, joy also arise. Long as you meditate love, compassion, then immeasurable equanimity also arise. So long as these 4 measurables, then it's become bodhicitta, called bodhicitta. So you wishing everyone have happiness, all beings have happiness. You wishing every being free from suffering. You truly recognize all these beings used to our mothers, loved ones, so no one stuck in some sort of suffering. Then really we wanted to benefit for them. So that is called bodhicitta. Then bodhicitta has 2 types of bodhicitta, relative truth bodhicitta and absolute truth bodhicitta. Then relative truth bodhicitta has 2 categories. So aspiring bodhicitta and engaging bodhicitta. And aspiring bodhicitta is a commitment to the result. So result is Buddha. We want Buddha. Why? Because we wanted to help for other sentient beings, wanted to benefit other sentient beings. That's why I want Buddha, I want goal. So commitment to the result. And then engaging bodhicitta is a commitment to the cause. So we want the Buddha result, but then we have to follow the path. So path is 6 paramita, and the commitment to the six paramita practice. So that is called engaging bodhicitta. And then relative to the bodhicitta, we can receive it from the teacher and receive the vow we can promise. Absolute truth to bodhicitta is only through the realization. We cannot receive from the vow or promise or something. Just through the meditation, when you realize, then that's called absolute truth to bodhicitta. So then this both is a stage of meditation. Both is 2 categories. Just main point is very simple. This both is relative truth to bodhicitta and absolute truth to bodhicitta. Chapter 1 to chapter 4 is all relative to the bodhicitta. 4 thought meditation, love, compassion, bodhicitta. This all is part is the relative to the bodhicitta. We cultivating, using analytica or cultivating meditate. So then chapter 5 to chapter 8 is absolute truth bodhicitta. Then of course the generation stage is always both there. Go back and forth. Some sections relative truth bodhicitta, some sections absolute truth bodhicitta. So relative truth bodhicitta is a method. Absolute truth bodhicitta is a wisdom. And then this both is subsumed in these 2 categories. So then yesterday we shared this engaging bodhicitta has 6 paramita. So we talked the part of jnanarasti. Then jnanarasti also actually causes of bodhicitta too. Before you receive the bodhicitta vow, so your jnanarasti offering, this all create accumulation merit. Accumulation merit is causes of bodhicitta. And so now you have already bodhicitta vow, so your jnanarasti offering is become engaging bodhicitta, called engaging bodhicitta. It's already transformed. Jnanarasti is transformed to the engaging bodhicitta. Before you receive bodhisattva vow, jnanarasti offering is part of the accumulation merit. So bodhicitta has 4 causes. Create accumulation merit, taking refuge, and chant purify negative karma, and seeing Guru is Buddha. So then this jnanarasti is part of the accumulation merit. So today here is jnanarasti. Yesterday we share is become engaging bodhicitta, because when you receive the bodhicitta vow, your engaging is jnanarasti is called engaging bodhicitta. That is the first paramita. So paramita perfection, I think is slightly different. Paramita and the perfection, paramita is jnanarasti is paramita. Perfection means like long as your jnanarasti is free from 3 spheres, then your jnanarasti is called perfection jnanarasti, because with wisdom. So your jnanarasti with wisdom is called jnanarasti perfection. And without wisdom, your jnanarasti is just paramita. Jnanarasti, 6 paramita. So then, today is page, it's 42, I think, 42, right? Yesterday we are in the 42. Yes, it's 42 today, so we are in the next perfection is moral ethics, morality. This morality is followed by 3 categories. So that's also more details in this Essence of Mahayana book has. When I created this stage of meditation, so I try to get more important essence, less words. So because at that time I try to less words and the main important essence, try to put in this stage of meditation book. And the same yesterday I told you. So this also the morality also is come from Essence of Mahayana. Essence of Mahayana has a lot elaborated this perfection is moral ethics. So here is just essence of that, main important the part, the moral ethics. This moral ethics followed by 3 different, I just told you, levels. We abandon the non-virtuous deeds and practice virtuous deeds, bring the virtuous deeds, and then benefit for others. So all the morality is subsumed to that 3 categories. Here is, see, first, ethic is defined as a practice of abstaining from causing harm or suffering to others through one's 3 doors, body, speech, and mind. That is the first morality. Is this ethic defined as practice of abstaining from causing harm or suffering to others. So no harming for other sentient beings. Then through our body, speech, mind. So that's called morality, main point. Then how to practice that? Second is, mind bring forth virtuous qualities and the dharmas where they have not arising before. So the second is, mind bring forth virtuous qualities and the dharma where they have not arising before. If we don't have dharma arising in our mind before, so we practice, try to arise dharma is in our mind stream. So that's the second. Then maintaining what virtuous qualities have already been cultivated without letting them deteriorate. That's part is the second. Then increasing these virtue qualities as well. So from that vantage point, one's mind is directed towards accomplishing the definite of sentient beings as much as one's able. So this third is then our mind, directed towards accomplish benefit of sentient beings. So as much as once we can do, able to do. So that 3 categories is essence of morality. Then, of course, the talk about the detail is body, speech, mind, no harming for others. So it's become 10 non-virtuous. We have to abandon the 10 non-virtuous. Then second section talk about bring forth the virtuous qualities and the dharma where they have not arising before. Is so we cultivate meditate, practice 10 virtuous. Then last is, from that vantage point, one's mind is direct towards accomplish the benefit of sentient beings. So whatever we do through the body, speech, mind, benefit for other beings. So that is the perfection of morality. Then goes detail, the morality is come to cause and effect. So we have to follow by karma, cause and effect. Then we have to know what is the non-virtuous deeds, what is the virtuous deeds. So if we follow by author level, object, then endless, because virtuous deeds, non-virtuous deeds, there's so many objects, so we cannot make decisions. The Mahayana, essence of Mahayana teaching, main point is, all is, virtuous deeds, non-virtuous deeds is have to our log to our intention. So mind is a principle. Long as your intention is perfect means like good intention, wanting to benefit for others, no any agenda ourselves. So 100% wanted to have other benefit for others, then that kind of, long as we have intention, then whatever we do is called virtuous deeds. Doesn't matter speech and mind. Speech can be harsh words. Body can be, wrathful. But long as your intention is pure, it's called virtuous deeds. So otherwise, you really cannot make decisions followed by object. Then you always have asked people like questions, I can do this or not, can I do this, can I do this? So because other person also don't know your intention, just they follow their kind of their thoughts. So that is become never end. Answer is never end. Question is never end. Follow the object. So main point here, according to essence of Mahayana teaching, said we have to follow by our intention. Mind is a principle. Then of course the Buddha's Vinayana teaching have talk about rules for monks and nuns follow. So follow by all the object. So that is many is due to the culture too, due to the culture. So then due to the time, and during that time, like the people seeing no good, negativity, and the Buddha said, don't do. And maybe right now, as people think that is okay, it's great. So change the culture, change the, the years, centuries. So it can be change that kind of rules too. But because due to the object, make by the object. And Vinayana teaching is more basic teaching, beginner's teaching. So then Buddha mostly, teachings point the object, or you don't do this, you shouldn't do this, you should do this, all is pointing by the object. Example, like, during that time, Buddha said, okay, monks have to cut the hair. Yeah. So that time, some other religions, followers has long hairs, and Buddha is wanted to make something different than that because recognize his followers. Yeah. And then some people of course, as long as I have a hair, attachment to the hair, and fixation to the own hair, there's too much work for the hair to take care. So that's why Buddha said, cut the hair, throw away. You know, you have the haircut. Cannot keep longer the tree, so like this, so tall. Yeah, so that's the rule. But then according to Mahayana, come to Mahayana, hair is no problem. What is the problem? Problem is attachment. So long as you have attachment to your hair, hair is problem. If you don't have any attachment to your hair, then hair is no problem. You can have a hair. You can have a long hair, like if kind of like, you know, like longer than your body, you can have, it's no problem. Long as you not attached to that, no fixation to your hair. If you really fixation to the cut of the hair, and you wanted to, like, how to say this, no hair is like, you know, bare the hair or so anyway, like that, if you have attached to that, then Buddha say you have to keep the hair, because this due to the attachment antidote. Yeah, so many Vinayana, you know, this laws is like that, but some you cannot change, because they have two categories: naturally non-virtuous, and due to that, taking to the non-virtuous deeds, causes of non-virtuous deeds. Two things, not directly non-virtuous deeds, but causes to become condition to the lead to the non-virtuous deeds. So that's why I think about alcohol is not direct non-virtuous deeds. So, but condition to the non-virtuous deeds, because when you drink the alcohol, lose the consciousness, then you're going to do the negative. Yeah. And killing the other beings is directly non-virtuous deeds. So that kind of directly non-virtuous deeds never ever give permission. No one has a permission. Direct non-virtuous deeds, no one has a permission to do that. Doesn't matter you are high realizer, you are beginner practitioner. Doesn't matter, because it's directly non-virtuous deeds, killing and harming for others. Yeah. During the alcohol example is dependent, because not directly non-virtuous deeds, it causes to the non-virtuous deeds, condition to the non-virtuous deeds. If someone drinks and then lead to you non-virtuous deeds, that is like someone can drink, someone cannot drink. So that is due to the personal individual, because it's individual's stable mind. Yeah, so like that. And Mahayana, according to Mahayana, is all this is become up to the individual level. Virtues, no virtues, its object is become up to the individual level. So mostly object is transformed. The Mahayana level is due to the power of your intention and the mind. Mind is a principle. So body speech is a servant, not principle. It's branchy. So long as your mind have good intention, body speech is follow that. Then that way you know what is virtuous deeds, what is non-virtuous deeds. It's easy. So we know our own experience, our intentions. I don't know your intention, you don't know my intentions, but we know our own intentions. So we know what is the virtuous deeds, what is non-virtuous deeds. Then we have to ask ourselves a question. That's it. So you ask someone, ask the question, because the person don't know your intention. So looks like you doing great, but could be intention is maybe not pure, cannot be pure there too. Like yesterday I shared with you, generosity is giving money for politicians. It could be good. Maybe some people has good intention because the person is a winner, he can help many others. you're not really thinking about yourself. You're also thinking about others. You giving money to politicians. Also, always not bad, right? But some like thinking about my company, my power. He not going to disturb me my way. So that's like see is generosity. It's become our own agenda. Is that's why see is giving money is like donation to politician also dependent there too, right? You cannot say good, you cannot say bad 100%, but the could be they always have agenda, our own benefit, something going on there. So if you don't have that, then you really the person is great. He really going to do something best in the country, going to do for the citizens in the world. So then you do donation. That is much powerful, become different than your thinking about your company, thinking about my own benefit, right? So even same thing donation, but my intention is become totally different. So that's why it's virtuous or no virtuous deeds. It's all up to the intention. So like that, even like someone asks you giving me food. So you give food, you have good intention, it's virtuous deeds. Like you think, oh, this food is expired. I want to give him, he's going to get sick. So, but you giving his intention is not pure, it's not good. See, that is called non-virtuous deeds. Giving is not important, intention is most important, right? If you don't recognize that your food is expired, is something wrong, you giving, you have good intention, the person is sick, but that is not non-virtuous deeds because you have good intention. You wanted to help that person. Yeah. If you give food, so you think, oh, this is expired, this food is not good. I give him, he's going to sick. I'm happy to he's sick. You give that food, the food is no problem. He doesn't sick. That food is benefited that person, but your intention not great. Food benefited the person, but due to your intention, it's called non-virtuous deeds. So that's why it's up to dependent is like our intention. Virtuous deeds, non-virtuous deeds. So that is the Jigten Sungong, he says, here in the Essence of Mahayana, according to Essence Mahayana teachings. Everything is up to our intention, So pure intention is always virtuous deeds. Negative intention, always non-virtuous deeds. Negative intention is, how say like, so Buddha never give permission for anyone. Doesn't matter you are beginner, practitioner, high realizers. Good intention is permission to everyone. So that is the cause and the effect. So that means not only this cause and the effect is for monks and the nuns, Buddha's followers, for all the sentient beings. So the law, cause and the effect is for all sentient beings. Because long as you are in the samsara and virtuous deeds affected you, bring the happiness. No virtuous deeds affected you, bring the suffering. So long as you are in the samsara, that is all law of nature of phenomena for samsaric beings law, not only the Buddhist followers. So if you think that way, then you really recognize Buddha's teachings not only focus on his monks and the nuns and his followers. His teaching is for every beings, all the beings. Okay, so that's the part is morality. And it takes is defined as the practice of abstaining from causing harm. Okay, so suffering to others through one's three doors, body, speech, and mind. That is one. Bring forth virtuous qualities and the Dharma where they have not arising before, maintaining what virtuous qualities have already been cultivated without letting them deteriorate, and increasing the these virtuous qualities as well. So that's what we have in the Bodhisattva prayer every day we chant. So that is the maintaining practice, virtuous deeds. That is the morality. Then from that vantage point, one's mind is directed towards accomplish the benefit of sentient beings as much as one's able. Okay, so that is morality. Then morality is perfection morality or morality. I just told you difference. Perfection morality is long as you have wisdom with morality, then it's become perfection morality. That practice is take us free from samsara to Buddhahood, causes of Buddhahood. Just paramita, morality, paramita, just paramita morality. It takes morality. No perfection means no wisdom, but you did something good. So that helps we have become reborn to higher realms. And all this samsara, good quality, good condition, where does it come from? Because due to the morality. Long as you have morality, you are reborn to higher realms, you always get good conditions. So, perfect. Then, within the morality, you have perfection with wisdom together. So morality is not only cause to the higher realms, it's taken to the Buddhahood. So now the next one. So next one is the next perfection is patience. Patience is defined as forbearing, antagonism from others and all discomfort or hardship that occur when one is practice pure Dharma. So we talked these 6 perfections in the 37 practice of Bodhisattva, right? We already just finished our thing. So that time I share more elaborated, I think, 6 parameters there. So now today we can go just easy way. Easy way means like short teaching. Next perfection is patience. Patience is defined as forbearing. So forbearing is antagonism from others and or discomfort or hardship that occur who one is practice pure Dharma. So this patience is dependent, related to Dharma, spiritual practice. Otherwise, you see, this fishing people has a really good patience. Some is hard, and they have patience to looking in the water all the time, single pointedly. They have a patience, but that is not counted here, right? And then many like that, people does like worldly activity, engaging things, has a good patience, but no any patience with the practice spiritual Dharma. So then when you engage in worldly activities, your time is very short and it's easy gone. When you practice the Dharma, its time is really long. So when I was in Gar Monastery, we have the prayer turning 24 hours. And so we, that is the hardest one. So 15 days, actually 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, you have to keep same timing. We have a night section and a day section. So next section, you have lottery something, your name's in there, and you have to pick up 2 people together. So you pick up, and then next time, like we maybe have to do 1 hour each night, 1 hour, 2 people, 1 hour. So starting next session is 9 o'clock to 9 a.m., 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. And 2 people have to stay. So you check that one name and lottery something, pick your name. And if you're lucky, you get 10 o'clock. It's before go to sleep, easy, right? But then you get 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12:30 is hardest. So you go sleep, it's ready to wake up, but you wait too long to wait. And in Tibet at that time, we go sleep like 10 o'clock, everyone go sleep. No one stay longer than I think 10. After 10 p.m., everyone go sleep. So then 11 o'clock, 12 is hard. You have to wait or you go sleep, it's right away, you have to wake up. So then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is really hard, of course, all the way. If you get 7 o'clock is morning, 6, 7, 8 is great timing. But if you get your name is like maybe 1, 2 o'clock, even nighttime section, so you have to get up every night, 1, 2 weeks, every single night, same time. And we go into that prayer inside there. 1 hour is kind of like 5 hours. Daytime outside the play, with just fun with doing things. Its clock is so slow, tick, 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 really, really long. So 1 hour is kind of like many hours in the daytime. Then daytime, of course, we also have to do inside there is like 2 hours. Day shifts longer usually. So daytime, if it's 2 hours, outside is whole day, and the daytime in the 2 hours inside the prayer hall, that is more longer. Really, really long. So like that, it's a practice of Dharma is hard. If you're doing something and worldly activities, it's easy because our mind is already have a strong habituate to, can do easily samsaric things. And very hard to go into spiritual part and the practice. So now I'm thinking about to see, like if the person who turning the prayer that time as a meditator, someone is meditator, good meditator, come into the prayer turning. So their time is become very short for them. Yeah, very short for them. They're going to hang out in somewhere in the restaurants with talking with the people, meaningless, meeting, and there is longer time for them. And come to prayer, turning the prayer, meditate, practice, they're very short time for them. See, that is always depending, our like individually, how used to and habituate. So in that time, we have to do prayer inside the temple. We have young monks lots, It's really hard. Like morning 1 hour section is like feeling is like 3 hours, something like that. It's go to and outside we find play is like 3 hours, like just like that, gone very fast. Then comparing to think about Garchen Rinpoche, he was in the Gar monastery, so he go into the prayer inside there. Maybe his 2-3 hours is like couple minutes like that, fears. Maybe, if he go outside, it's different, changed totally. And he like to join the prayers, practice, like no problem with that. When we are young, and it's really hard. The prayer is, like too long and the hardest. We always looking the time is 100 times again and again. So wanted to go out, wanted to finish. So that means like practice Dharma, we don't have patience. And so here, the hardship that occur when one is practice pure Dharma. So then Patient means you can feel forbearing for the practice of Dharma, not forbearing to the like activity, worldly activities. So otherwise, this thing about this Olympic games who join that, the whole hard going to go training through that. You know, things that hello. Sorry about the lost connection.
Thanks, Kempo.
Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear.
Okay. Yeah. So think about this, Olympic Games. People who join that game and so hardship get that training, follow, and you get in the game, enter to that game. It's so hardship, difficulty. Take really long time get that training, right? They have good patience, but that patience is not counted here because that patience is actually it's useless when we die. It's nothing going to benefit anything. So here is a patient is talking about the practice Dharma, spiritual practice Dharma. So then here, hardship that occur when one is practice pure Dharma. Patient also refer to the mind that is able to hinder the meaning of Dharmata, automatic true, without shrinking away in fear. So that patient is all think about all the like our individual levels. Someone say, okay, that is Buddha's follower or Buddha's teaching something, easily accept. So that has patience. That is called patience. Because some don't have patience, they say, no, I don't want to become Buddhist. Yeah, you don't want to go there. You see the temple, you want to go there, that's also your patience. If someone say, no, I don't want to go there, the Buddhist temple, so that also no patience. Then of course individual level up to basic teaching, practitioner, no accepting Mahayana teaching, so that means they don't have this patience because of Dharma patience. Then Mahayana practitioner no accept Vajrayana teaching, that also they don't have enough patience. So then here is like say refer to the mind that is able to hinder the meaning of Dharmata, automatic truth. So talk about emptiness, talk about absolute truth. No, cannot accepting some people. That means there's no patience. So who has patience? They're accepting. Yeah. And what is talk about like emptiness teaching? They hinder that, can hinder that. Talk about Mahamudra teaching. You hear the Mahamudra teaching, you understand and you really
knows that teaching is truth. So that means you can handle that, you have patience. That patience is called highest level patience, not just like, we in the world just regularly talk about patience. And this patience is truth patience. Someone can handle the dharmata, means like true nature, who can handle the true nature. So that has the truthly patience. See, think about all this, that, like historically, many hearers solitary realizes that they don't have a patience hearing the emptiness, Heart Sutra. So when Buddha shared the Heart Sutra, they get heart attack to passing away, many. So that means they don't have this capacity and patience to hear that, handle that teaching. They cannot handle that teaching because too much for them, beyond their capacity. Yeah. So no, we have a patience. The example, like we can analyze all different kind of religions, and we can look to all different kind of religions, and then you can see each different religions understanding, and then come to, and the Buddhists also like looking follow by these different philosophical systems like four schools, and you understanding each different levels. Then you come into the practice, like you really understanding this true nature, dharmata practice is Mahamudra teaching. So you accept that you can handle that. That is called highest level patience. Mind that is able to handle the meaning of dharmata, automate true without shrinking where in fears. You don't have fears. So otherwise, they talk about Buddha nature, talk about the true nature, talk about emptiness, talk about the Yadam deity, and talk about ourselves is Buddha. So they're shaking, fears. The many people don't accept that. So that is no capacity. And they don't have enough true nature, Dharma participation. So that's it. All is like followed by individual levels. So many levels there. Someone don't accept religions, they don't have zero patience. Someone accept religions, they have a patience, but then they accept some certain religions, not accept any others. So they have like some patience, but not much. Then someone just all the religions okay for them, they have good patience, but then go into specifically teaching, say only basic teaching accept, but then go more deeper is cannot go more deeper. So there is only that level patience. So here is the highest level is when you hear the emptiness. Example, Buddha shared Heart Sutra. So that time, who was there, who can handle that disciple has highest level patience capacity. And so then our case, see, we go all the way up to different levels, stages here. And you can handle this all the different stages, levels. Then you have patience. Your practice is like mind that is able to handle different stage of meaning of the Dharma, then up to automatic truth without shrinking away in fear. So that is at the highest level patience. Then we go to next one. The next perfection is diligence or zeal. This refers to having enthusiasm and joy for perceiving in Dharma. So also diligence is for spiritual diligence. The true like Dharma, wanted to practice Dharma. Not content for diligence for the samsaric activities. So we know, like samsaric beings, especially human beings, everyone has diligence for the samsara activity. They have really good diligence, they're really good patience, but that patience, diligence is no benefit when we die. So no benefit future life. And only temporary benefit could be, or is maybe causes of suffering benefit, like become no benefit, causes of suffering. So that is due to our ignorance. And here is that perfection is diligence for joyful effort, happy to practice the 6 paramita, happy to join the teaching, happy to receive teaching, happy to meditate, like practice. So that's called joyful effort. This refers to having enthusiasm and joyful, persevering in Dharma. So when I was young, we turning this prayer, I don't have this, so that's why I get problems. Long as I have this, that time I don't get hard and difficulty. I recognize, no. Yeah. So who has joyful effort, then whatever you're doing is not that difficult, not hard. So why is it hard and difficult is because not enough diligence, joyful. That's why. So turning the prayer is really easy actually. You just sit down and turning the prayer. And then you can chant, read the book together, reading the book like this, and you chant the prayer also possible. Or you can meditate, turning the prayer also possible. Or you just chant something, your close eye mantras, turning the prayer, all is possible. But no joyful problem is then other everything is you forget what you have to do because you're thinking about only wanted to go out, wanted to finish the term. So that's why then term is really long, not easy. Yeah. So long as you have joyful effort, turning prayer is like perfect. No, I recognize. So that time I'm missing 100% this joyful effort. So then without the joyful effort, see, is really hard. Even no hard is make hard. It's no problem is make problem. It's virtuous deeds is not taking to the virtuous deeds. It's become virtuous deeds, create the practice is like making our mind problem. So without the joyful effort, so then see our practice of Dharma, whatever we do is not successful. Long as you have joyful effort, then whatever you do, this all the paramita is become you can be successful. Without the joyful effort, this parameters not possible to successful can get goal. That's why joyful efforts follow all these 6 parameters. Generosity, morality, patience is called method. Meditation, wisdom is called, of course, wisdom. Joyful effort is both. Method, wisdom, both. So joyful effort is follow the both. Then long as we have joyful effort, our practice also successful. Long as you have joyful effort, your listening teaching also not that hard. Because you have effort, joy, wanted to hear. If no joyful effort, it's then you're maybe not focusing your teaching for teaching. And then, your mind is no concentration there. You're thinking about something else and then come back to again listening is hard to understand. And hard to understand, same time also, time is really long. And then also, the teaching is not really come into your mind. So you don't really get teaching without joyful effort, then kind of more wasting time. It's become sleepy and boring, and then you order so no enthusiasm, so you have a laziness, so fogginess, all that is come to your mind because so not enough practice patience. Long as you have patience, is everything comes easy. So that's I can see, like when Garchi Rinpoche practice this Yadam deities and do the drup chins, and he doing all the drup chins. Drup chins doing is not easy. Course some drup chins goes follow 24 hours. It's not really easy, especially of course young people really hard. So my experience, when I was young, we do the lots of drup chins, follow Garchi Rinpoche, and go to different tombs, and we do the drup chins. It's really hard, but especially when we do the drup chins, my hometown is the hardest one. The reason is my hometown has the mana stone. Is a big kind of mana stone. It's like people carve the mantras in the stone, on the stone, and then they create like big. It's really big. And the second mobile goes like takes 5 minutes, 6 minutes, go around. So thousands of people gathering and many shops and people enjoy the gathering. We are in the temple doing practice, then wanted to go out. So, then sometimes have a break, just short break, go out, restrooms. It's like 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe longest is the break is 30 minutes. It's very short. When you go out to just hang out all these public people, very easily go out. Like right away have the kind of feelings go in. And other place is more easy because other villages, they don't have like that kind of people gathering. And you go out and go to take the break, restroom, and then you just go into the temple. It's not that hard. And so that's why when we do the drup chins at my hometown, and that time is a really long day. Wanted to finish. When we finish, it's like can go out. And so that time or is just not enough patience. I mean the joyful effort for do the drup chins. So Garchen Rinpoche, he has joyful effort. He don't feel like that. It's totally different. And he wanted to chant prayer is more slow. And we want to chant prayer is fast. That time, who has done, then they can beat down a little bit fast. And it comes like prayer go fast. Yeah. And so Dham has a little bit control, but not 100% control, Dham can control. So also have a Cha master, also have a Vajjara master, Garchi Rinpoche. Dham master has a little bit can control because you beat the Dhams go fast, prayers go more fast, and then you can finish it like maybe at least 10 minutes. So you have 10 minutes extra, so you can go out. So thinking about that opportunity, I try to get Dham. So get Dham and we beat the Dham, and the first opposite Cha master like give you like signals like follow. Then they stopped a couple words after. Then we chant and like slowly you try to beat fast. Go fast, and then of course like Garchi Rinpoche, he recognized right away use like this. Slow down, Then we have to slow down, come slow down, and then goes slow, and then he go back to normal, and then we're going to be fast again. So that we do, and try to get fast, to finish fast. And then also Cha master also of course, some Chan master also go fast, but they also have to low to Garchen Rinpoche. Maybe he going to, make you slow down, so he don't have a choice. Chan master, if he wanted to fast, he don't let it to slow down, let go fast down. His Chan master, wanted to do slow down, then also he going to use these symbols, like Chan slow down. And we always like to, there are a couple of different Chan masters, like some Chan masters do prayer is fast, and mostly monks like who do the fast prayers. And then some Chan master chant really slow. When they come to Chan master, it's hard. So when we're ready to go to Drupchen, the first we say, who's Chan master? Because if someone slow one, chanting ones comes, they don't want to go. And the fast Chan masters comes like say, okay, we wanted to go, like then the journey is like goes like prayer, you can done fast, is go fast, it's easy. So anyway, Chan master also actually no 100% control. It's 100% control is up there. It's like Vajra master, but the dong they also have like drum can control, let it be fast. Chan master no stop, you can go fast prayer. One section example like one section maybe 2 hours, so you can get out 10 minutes 15 minutes early than usually. So that's why I do the dumps. Okay, so why we wanted to do that? Because no joyful effort enough. So no joyful effort is wanted to finish. So maybe also you no enough joyful effort, wanted to finish the teaching, comes more shorter teaching is you are happy. Long as you have joyful effort, wanted to go more deeper and wanted to go more longer. So that's I know. Yeah. And then having enthusiasm, the joyfully pursuing in Dharma. So this all is the joyful effort is for spiritual practice, 6 parameters, not for worldly activities. So long as you practice Dharma, whatever you're doing, you have enthusiasm, joyful, then no hardship, no difficulty there. If you don't have joyful effort, then every single practice Dharma has hard and difficulty. No much also benefit you too. Of course, like it's create a positive karma, but not really that much benefit you without joyful effort. Then the number 5 is meditative stability is the 5th perfection. This refers to single-pointedly directing the mind towards virtue. So single-pointedly directly mind towards virtues. So say no, whatever we do, actually practice has 6 parameters. When you practice Dharma, you have generosity there. So we offering flowers and offering like this order, altars, create these tormas, many things offering object. That is a part of generosity. And then our time, generosity. And the morality, whatever we do, practice has, it's virtuous deeds. We no harming for anyone, stop harming for others, cultivate virtuous deeds, and benefit us, benefit for others is morality there. And then we must have to have a patience, because without the patience, we are not there. So practice when we practice the Dharma, we have a patience. Whatever difficulty we go through that and want to do. And so practice patience there. And then joyful effort, wanting to do, happy to do, joyful efforts there. So your mind is single-pointedly doing practice Dharma, is meditation is there. Then the last one is this, thus the Bodhisattva practice of the sixth perfection, aspiring bodhicitta, begin the moment we give rise to spirit bodhicitta. So, sorry about skipped. The sixth perfection is the perfection of wisdom, refer to recognition of the absolute nature of reality just as it is. So the last one is recognize true nature, knowing our true nature mind, or also like you knowing what is adopting, what is discard. So that's also perfection of wisdom too. So you knowing cause and the effect, that's also perfection wisdom. So what is right, what is wrong, you knowing when you practicing, that also perfection of wisdom. So all this parameter is come to practice, any single practice Dharma has these 6 parameters. And today like you are coming to the listening teaching, also have 6 parameter. When I share the teaching, 6 parameter is there. When we do the practice morning Dharma practice, the daily practices, Yidam deities, they all has 6 parameters, include every practice has 6 parameters. So long as we have, refuge, the refuge bodhicitta vow, then our all practice is called engaging bodhicitta. Engaging bodhicitta has these 6 parameters. So our practice Dharma activity all is a 6 parameter. Then long as you have true wisdom, so that is called become wisdom, perfection of wisdom. Thus the Bodhisattva practice these 6 perfections. So Bodhisattva's practice is 6 parameters. Aspiring bodhicitta begin the moment we give rise to spirit bodhicitta. From that point onward, aspiring bodhicitta encompasses all the intentions we have for benefiting others through our body, speech, mind, and all intentions we have for listening to the Dharma. Contemplating its meaning, meditating, drawing retreat, and so forth. When we actually engage in these actions that we intend to do, everything we are actually doing then become the essence of engaging bodhicitta, otherwise known as bodhicitta in action. So the main point here is, long as we have aspiring bodhicitta, and we take the refuge vow, the refuge and bodhicitta vow, and our body, speech, mind follow the engaging with the practice of Dharma through the good intention. Then you listening Dharma and cultivating, meditating, everything is become the transform to the engaging bodhicitta. Actually, there has like aspiring bodhicitta, engaging bodhicitta, both included there. So long as we talk the refuge vow, refuge vow and the bodhicitta, so know whatever we're doing is aspiring bodhicitta, engaging bodhicitta. All practices become bodhicitta, core practice bodhicitta. So that's why here is when we actually engaging in these actions that we intend to do, everything we are actually doing then become the essence of engaging bodhicitta, otherwise known as bodhicitta in action. The positive qualities that ensue from cultivating bodhicitta in this way are numerous. So long as we have a bodhicitta, then all the qualities arise. Bodhicitta is the source of all the Buddha's qualities. So means like point is Buddha's quality is all source is bodhicitta. Buddha also comes from the bodhicitta. So that's why quality that issues from the cultivating bodhicitta in this way are numerous. in the immediate future, one who cultivates bodhicitta bring happiness and well-being to beings in the world and purify their mind stream of all obscurations. Long as we practice bodhicitta, purify our obstacles, purify our negative karma. So bodhicitta is antidote to our negative karma. Bodhicitta is become, purification. And long as you have a bodhicitta, then you have a protection. So bodhicitta is a true protection. So long as you have a bodhicitta, actually all the qualities arise. Here says, see, bodhicitta brings happiness and well-being to beings in the world and purify their mind stream of all obstacles, obscurations. Who has bodhicitta, that person is become always happy and no suffering, no stuck with the suffering. Suffering cannot affect it to the bodhisattvas because they have bodhicitta. Long as bodhicitta, the person is a bodhisattva. Bodhisattva is free from suffering because bodhicitta is a protection. They don't have suffering. Automatically, then all the waking qualities of Buddhahood that blossom within one are due to bodhicitta. All the Buddha's quality is arise from the bodhicitta. Long as the person has a bodhicitta, then all the Buddha's quality is arising. Without bodhicitta, whatever they're doing, actions, without bodhicitta, then it's not really essence in there. So you beat a drum, you dust symbols, conchos, and damaras, bears, bird temples, bird, whatever doing stupas is not much benefit because without bodhicitta. So that's why every single practice essence is the bodhicitta. Then long as bodhicitta, so the other object is symbolized bodhicitta, become bodhicitta. Stupa is symbolized bodhicitta. And the statue is symbolized bodhicitta. Temples symbolize bodhicitta. This all ritual object is symbolized bodhicitta. So all the Buddha quality also symbolize bodhicitta. So all the waking qualities of Buddhahood that is blossom within are one due to bodhicitta. So Chinrezig has, symbolized bodhicitta. He hold wish fulfilling giver in the first two hands in the heart center. So that is bodhicitta quality. Is bodhicitta stands wish fulfilling giver. Then his right second hand hold the crystal mala, liberating other beings. So that's also benefit for others is bodhicitta. Long as you have bodhicitta, you can benefit for others. And then left second hand hold the rosary mala. It's called the lotus flower. So also representative bodhicitta. Long as you have a bodhicitta, samsara not affected to you. Samsara suffering not affected to you. Samsara suffering not affected to you, then you can benefit for samsaric beings because you can take birth to 6 realms, benefit to others. So without bodhicitta, you reborn to samsara is samsara suffering, samsara negative affected for us. Then stuck samsara again. So bodhisattvas not stuck in samsara. They take birth to samsara, 6 realms, but they are not stuck in samsara because bodhicitta, that symbolizes lotus flower. And as long as you have a bodhicitta, then you no fear into the samsara, no fears samsara, no attached to nirvana, no fear in the samsara. So free from fears in samsara, no attachment to the nirvana. So that's all quality is come from bodhicitta. Without bodhicitta, then see Pakika Buddhas, hearers. So fears in samsara. That's why they don't have lotus flower, their hand. Yeah, because the fear in samsara. We are scared in samsara. Due to not enough bodhicitta. And not enough bodhicitta, the stuck in nirvana means like attached to nirvana. I want to become nirvana. I want to be in the bit of nirvana. So bodhisattva, bodhicitta, who has bodhicitta, they're not stuck in nirvana. I mean, they're not attached to nirvana. They're not stuck in nirvana. They're not stuck in samsara. So become nirvana, samsara is one for them. No separate. Samsara, nirvana is become one. That is who has bodhicitta, and that person has that kind of ability, power. And who don't have bodhicitta, then samsara is suffering, nirvana is happy and joy. We want happy and we want to become nirvana, want to free from samsara. So who has bodhicitta, then there's no scare in samsara, no fear in samsara, no attached to nirvana. So some people want to benefit for others, then you have to cultivate bodhicitta. So without bodhicitta, want to benefit others is limited. And also you get obstacle and you can be lost your effort. We can see like many people has good intention first. They wanted to benefit others. They kept going and then they lost. Because the reason is good intention, but not meditate bodhicitta enough. So first we have to practice our mind, bodhicitta, cultivate bodhicitta. Then arise bodhicitta in our mind stream. So then you can have this lotus flower. You can reborn samsara. Love comes. Never you get fear and samsara suffering never ever affected to you. Okay? So that means then you are true bodhisattva. So otherwise, like, wanted to benefit some others, have good intention, you become into the engaging. You have good aspiration, it's good, but engaging, not ready. Someone don't meditate, no practice bodhicitta, engaging, put effort, benefit others. Then of course, like samsara is ridiculous. Yeah, suffering. It's not easy to go, the kept going to like helping benefit others, not easy. So you see the beings suffering, then you also become suffering. You see the beings suffering and other beings upset, and they get emotions. You also get emotions. So that means like you don't have this bodhicitta enough. You're not ready to hold the lotus flower in the left hand. Not ready to hold the kustra mala in the right hand. Not ready to hold the wish fulfilling giver in your heart. Okay. So people has good intentions, but sometimes they don't listen. Good intentions as going to benefit others. I want to reborn samsara. I don't want nirvana. I want to help others. I like them, but I know they cannot go through samsara much because samsara suffering easily going to affect it for them. They can lost easily. So that's the reason in this bodhicitta engaging is first we have to practice our mind, meditate. Meditation is more transforming than your mind is the you doing something in the activity. So meditation has more power, transforming, changing mind. So we have to create the bodhicitta in our mind, not only in the doing actions. Yeah. So you giving generosity is great, but still you can be lost. So then you give generosity, and of course, generosity object is never end. Generosity object is never end, but your object is can be end. Yeah. So then you lose your courage. You become, lose your effort, and then you don't want it to do again. So some, like yesterday we have our sanghasthi is like generosity, because giving things they don't do use correctly also can be seeing that lose effort too, don't want it to do again. So the main point is we have to cultivate in the bodhicitta in our mind. So bodhisattvas, especially beginner bodhisattva practitioners, they meditate, they practice. Yeah, they practice bodhicitta their own mind. And then bodhicitta is arise our own mind stream. So then they has power to can benefit others. They can reborn to other realms. There's samsaric suffering not affected to them. That's why it symbolizes lotus flower. Lotus flower is born, growing in the mouth, dirty water, but unstained, clear, clean. So that means this dirty and bad smells not affected to the lotus flower. So that symbolizes bodhisattva's activity, in the samsara 6 realms, but they not lost the effort. They never lost effort. They never lost, effort. And at the same time, they don't affected samsaric suffering, never affected for them. Yeah. If you think about it, like you going to have for maybe another place, migrant or something, like, like thinking about so many people coming from the South America or Central America to all the way to Mexico, come to United States. Many people wanted to help them. You try to go there and helping, but then they lose their courage. They also get emotions. They're upset. Like that means they're not enough practice mind. So of course, there you see that you're really hard and difficulty, and you have to meditate. We thinking about that, cultivate in the mind. So you have to think about that these people are used to our loved ones, not due to many difficulties. They have to leave this country and go through all these difficult hardships, and it's really hard and difficult when you listening all this journey. Not easy, yeah. So then you listening, and first you really learn in the listening the difficult hardship. You just meditate, cultivate in your mind, create a very strong compassion and love in your heart for them. Then you go to action. It's easy. Otherwise, you just follow the people saying, "Oh, this is a hard and difficult." Okay, yeah, you say, "I want to help them." Wanted to do something. You get in there. You get in there, wanted to do something, but it's slowly you lose your courage. Then that difficulty, suffering also affected you. Is you are get suffering too. The bodhisattvas do the actions, benefit for others. Their some Sarik beings suffering never affected to them because they have a protection bodhicitta. First, we have to create our protection. Then you go to actions. Doing things, you never lost your courage, effort. You never get affected their suffering. Then you can really benefit them, and also that benefit yourself to ourselves too. After that, so we have to meditate and cultivate more first. Rather than first doing actions. Some, of course, you have to do action. So you can do something, is of course we have to do that. If we don't do that, then also no good too. Some actions engaging is not ready to do that. So first you have to cultivate, meditate. And much ever you can do, you doing that. So that's why Buddha said, beginners don't act same as practitioners. Yeah, so you are look to yourself, oh, I'm beginner practitioner. I have to meditate more. I have to control my crazy mind first. My crazy mind go with the crazy minds, with other people crazy minds. Then crazy cannot help each other, right? Long as we have emotions, we are crazy. So others also crazy because they have emotions. Then how you going to have others? Because crazy comes crazy together is create more problem, more sufferings. So you're going to have for others, like you must be better than others, Elise. Yeah. Think about someone really drunk. And even you are drunk, but you not lose your mind. You can, someone lose control the mind, you can help them. So like that, Elise, you have to, control your mind. Yeah. You recognize what you're doing. Yeah. When you get in the situation, you really recognize what you're doing. So others drunk, you also drunk, and you lose your mind, others lose your mind. First you say, I'm going to help them, but you get there, you also get drunk, same as others. And you lose your mind, same as others. Then how you going to help them? Not possible, right? That's why. And first, we have to cultivate, practice, subdued our discouraged mind a little bit. Use this method, practice, different levels. And then when you get in the situation, of course, other people is done. You're also done, but not same as others. That's also great, right? So other is 100% lost mind. You're not lost, even you're done. So then you can help them who lose the mind. So at least we have to get that kind of level when we get in the situation. So we have to recognize ourselves. And someone yelling us. Okay, so we right away yelling for them too. And someone ready to fight for us. You also ready to fight. You ready to action. Someone ready to action to you. And you also body, speech, mind, same as others. Then it's not going to benefit others. We already going to lose the same thing others. That's why when you get in the situation, we have to think about this bodhicitta. Yeah. And so far we talked about think about 4 thought meditations, precious human body, and impermanent, cause and effect, defect of samsara. So any this kind of practice coming to our mind during the kind of some negative place, so you can control yourself. You can be different than these others. So then, of course, love, compassion is more strong. So then someone, we get in the negative place, difficulty situations, is all the charge of the samsaric beings and ignorance. So crazy everyone. So when you get that situation, so you cultivate, think about the love, compassion. It's become you are totally different. Lost right away there. So that helps this practice. And otherwise, we are become same as crazy people too. And when we get samsara situation, difficult place, you just think about, okay, I have this stage of meditation teachings. These people don't. So I cannot be same as like them. Yeah. So that's actually, see, this practice helps. Of course, like you have some levels, all your groups together comes together. Example, you doing party together, groups together, and you maybe have some vacation together. Then someone say, everyone we're going to do fishings. You recognize, you say, no, I'm not going to do that. You guys do that, I'm going to run in the beach or somewhere, like hiking or swim, and you can do different. Like, see, you right away avoid that. Then all your groups is like become, say, going to hunt animals, like everyone is hunter going to shoot animals, doing things, like you right away recognize, oh, I cannot do that. I'm not going to do that. So you can avoid that. You do something different than that. You arise compassion to them. You recognize drawing is corrected. So this groups, your group is influenced by your negativity. And you recognize that you can avoid that. So that's kind of helps this practice. Same like that. Then hardest is, okay, so when we get in situations due to our condition or our job, so someone yelling to you, someone maybe harsh words to you, someone not nice to you, or like you see someone is really suffering. Due to that, you also get difficult and suffering. There are many conditions you can get their kind of conditions and the situations. So that time then you can think about, okay, I have to practice bodhichitta. I have this teaching. So I cannot yard for back to them. I cannot do same as these crazy people doing. I don't going to do that. So you kind of like control your emotions. Of course, easily arise emotions. We are ordinary people, but so you get mindful, you can control that. So that really helps when you practice bodhicitta. That's why I saw the one of His Holiness the Dalai Lama in the birthday message. What he says, when anger arises, you celebrate my birthday. When anger arises, thinking about me, and so emotion arise, think about me. That time just think about my face. And what he says. Yeah. So that is the perfect message. Yeah. So who really care about our spiritual teachers, then see, we really listening to them. We celebrate their birthday celebration or something, Then when you get emotions right away thinking about our spiritual, these holy beings, then of course we can right away arise love, compassion. Even not arise love, compassion, but you can control your emotions there. You can stop action. So that's really benefit. Yeah. So then you have to think about like these holy beings, how many you meet and receive teachings. Oh, so who create your anger? So think about that person. Oh, he don't meet these holy beings. He don't have these teachings. I have these teachings. I have meet these holy beings. I cannot be same as this person. So that become change us. That thing about that is totally change the situation. So then that is long life our holy beings. Remove our karma and celebration our holy beings' birthday. So otherwise you just create the cake and light the candle and dance music, and when you get a situation and emotions arise, fighting with them, and like same with others, then that is not for the celebrating for the holy beings long life ceremony, or during the long the birthday celebrations. So that is celebration is ordinary celebration, not true celebration, right? And I really like that holiness message, that one I posted and the Facebook and the WeChat somewhere else. So that's a couple of years ago when he was, I think, in the somewhere, I don't know, India. So maybe Bodhi Gaya somewhere he shared that. So if you really want to celebrate my birthday, when emotion arise, when anger arise, hatred, whatever like this negative thoughts arise, please think about my face, my messages. So that's great. Yeah. So no, so far is here we talked all these qualities arise from bodhicitta. Long as we have a bodhicitta, then all the qualities arise. Negative emotion is purified. Negative emotion is purified, then all the Buddha's qualities arise. So bodhicitta is purification. Become bodhicitta is a protection, because bodhicitta only can protect us from samsara, suffering. So long as you have a bodhicitta, then samsara, this suffering, not affected for us. Also depending individual levels. So see, even you think about bodhicitta, that also become protecting. So you get in the situation like, with some others, like telling each other like more harsh words each other, become that causes a strong and harming for each other. But long as you thinking about bodhicitta, you're going to avoid that, stop that there. See, that is become protection. So individual level, we have a protections. Different situations, you can find these protections. Practice bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is protection, temporarily protection, and absolute truth protection is bodhicitta. And then bodhicitta bring temporary happiness, absolute truth happiness. Long as you have a bodhicitta, your family is happy, your neighbor is happy, then everyone has bodhicitta, your country is perfect, happy. Our country is, everyone has bodhicitta, this whole world is happy. But why we are suffering? Because due to ignorance, anger, emotions, not enough bodhicitta. That's why the problem always comes from. Long as bodhicitta, we have a temporary happiness, we have absolute truth happiness. Long as you have a bodhicitta, you're individually always happy. So think about Garchin Rinpoche, he always happy because due to bodhicitta. And without bodhicitta, he can be crazy. Because why? Everyone report to him all the suffering. Yeah. Not only in the United States, he live in the US. You think us people who live in the Arizona, maybe they report sufferings, but not. US, all the countries in Tibet, everywhere, the people who has got suffering, difficult, every suffering is reported to the Kachin Rinpoche, yeah? So he have to hear that. Then every single death who has connected with him, they report to him. So you hear this, all the sufferings, difficulties, problems, yeah, family problems, and sickness problems, death problems, business problems. Every this different kind of problems who has connected with Garjina Bodhicitta, everyone share to him. If without bodhicitta, that person is going to crazy. They cannot handle that. Why he can handle that? Because due to bodhicitta. Yeah, when more reported this problem, sufferings, increasing bodhicitta. The use that is practice bodhicitta. No lost bodhicitta, no decreasing. It's use that is increasing bodhicitta. And that suffering not affected to his mind. Okay, do you understand? Yeah, that is the quality of bodhicitta. It's clearly there. And the thing about His Holiness Dalai Lama, how hard and difficult to go through hardship. So it looks like it's great. Of course, many protectors, like means like people, police is like always guide protection, just like human beings there. But and wherever he goes, like okay, it's high reception quality or gatherings, everything. But truly, it's difficulty, not easy. The situations are not easy. It's all is go through is difficulty life, not easy life. So when he was young, actually not really same as other childs like freedom. Of course not. Without bodhicitta, without this dharma practices, 100% crazy become. That's why I see right now is in Tibet, like is young tuku system is doesn't working. The reason is because they cannot handle that. Same is this used to. When the child is lost freedom, you separate parents, you separate family, you have to listen to the tutors, teachers. They tell you your previous life, what did. You have to do that. Yeah. Doesn't matter the previous life's consciousness or not. So they're telling you to do things previous life, what they did. So not easy to handle that. You don't have a choice. And then you have to follow this, all the instructions and the listening, cultivate, practice, yeah, study. It's not easily handle that. And then see, I know some young Tuko says this monasteries abuse me and create me difficult problem. They cannot handle. That's what they run with because that is a system to follow that. They create the perfect bodhisattva, but some cannot handle that. That's why they're lost. And in Tibet tradition, we have a Tuku system because they works correctly before. The due to this system and they give you hardship and difficult, they create a bodhisattva using this method. They who can go through that, become its perfect realizers coming. Doesn't matter previous consciousness or not, but use this method system that create you become practitioner. So nowadays, this cannot hinder that. Yeah, His Holiness Dalai Lama think about so hard, and when he was young, it's the 14th Dalai Lama means like highest level reincarnation, and then hardest job is Tibetan politics. Is leader, not only spiritual leader, political leader. So that is crazy. Then two difficult jobs: spiritual leader and political leader. Politics is Tibet is like wars in the situation that time, and all the way until now, of course, wars. During that time, he all the way go through and escape to India and stay in India and how hard to maintain all his life to come to until now and lose everything. Without bodhicitta, that person is like crazy become. Why he has special quality is come from these teachings. Because its system, monastic system, is the create. He is become bodhisattva. He can handle that. Otherwise, not possible. Ordinary people, not possible. Then every single day had difficulty or the reporting to him. He heard these sufferings, problems. And more bigger this is situation. Gachen Rinpoche, okay, they talk about this, his local villages and his monastery, maybe lineage. He knows these people reporting. His Holiness, whole country problems. And so other people, no one can handle that. The due to is bodhicitta, he has protection of bodhicitta. These suffering problems cannot affect it to him. So that's why he always smiling, right? He's laughing, he's happy and joy. That is a protection. Bodhicitta comes from bodhicitta. The qualities come from bodhicitta. Okay, so he is perfect to become bodhicitta and perfect His Holiness 14th Dalai Lama. Because due to this bodhicitta, doesn't matter he is the reincarnation 14th or not. I mean the 13th reincarnation or not, but he is perfection because it's due to his bodhicitta. So his teachers, tutors, system, he follow that and learn and practice, become his true realizer, bodhicitta. So now he asked to think about me means he has that kind of the courage. Like he say, I am the bodhisattva. Yeah. So Buddha said, I am Buddha. And that has 4 fearless. Buddha has 4 fearless. He said, I am Buddha. One is that, I am Buddha. I'm sharing Dharma as truth. So he is free from fearless. Dalai Lama also, he said, I am Bodhisattva. So that's also, he is free from fears. And he has that quality, his courage. He recognizes. That's why he said, I am Bodhisattva. When you think about me, I can help you reduce your emotions. So these spiritual holy beings, they achieve their own benefit and also they achieve the others' benefit. Now we think about these holy beings also helps our mind. Yeah. And that is the Bodhisattva's benefiting for others. See, we think about these holy beings and right away wanted to meditate. Right away wanted to practice the Dharma. Then right away, we wanted to do something, good things. And reduce emotion. When emotion arises, think about these holy beings, right away release emotions, stop emotion. that is this Bodhisattva's benefiting for others, benefiting for us. So Malarepa power is still benefiting for others, because how to benefit us is up to us. We have to use that benefit. When we think about Malarepa and the right way, wanted to meditate. So that is the Malarepa's blessing, and he benefiting for us. And then we hardship and the difficulty practice the Dharma, thinking about the Malarepa, how hardship go he through. Oh, what I'm doing is nothing. So we get more courage. We wanted to more practice. That also Malarepa's blessing and benefiting for us. So these holy beings, they accomplish their own benefit and accomplish for others' benefit is like that. So only think about spiritual, reduce emotion. That is benefiting. Not benefiting, create companies. Not benefiting, create samsaric situations. Okay? So then how this holy beings benefit is something reduce our emotion, increasing our love, compassion, bodhicitta. And that is all come from benefit from this holy beings, because they has bodhicitta. Who has bodhicitta, they benefit for others. So we know the many spiritual beings has bodhicitta. When you think about them, you want to do something, practice Dharma and the spiritual things. So that's all is come from benefit for holy beings. So see, this holy beings has protection bodhicitta. And then bodhicitta bring all the source of Buddha's qualities. All the Buddha's qualities come from bodhicitta. That's why here, automatically all the waking qualities of Buddhahood that blossom within one are due to bodhicitta. Buddhas, as we understand them, are no other than the manifestations or embodiment of bodhicitta. So this bodhicitta manifestation is Buddhas. This spiritual realizer or its manifestation is bodhicitta. So then bodhicitta, everyone has opportunity to practice. See, every single being has opportunity to practice bodhicitta. So everyone can become Buddha. The reason is because anyone can practice bodhicitta. Bodhicitta's manifestation or embodiment of Buddha, bodhicitta. Without this, even if we try to practice the development and the completion stage of unsurpassable Mahayana, it would be impossible to awaken to Buddhahood. Without bodhicitta, not possible to become Buddhahood. If you going to practice the Yadam deities and completion stages without bodhicitta, not possible to awaken Buddhahood. So all the quality is come from bodhicitta. Therefore, after giving rise to relative bodhicitta, we must apply ourselves to the waking of atomic bodhicitta. So relative to the bodhicitta, we have to cultivate, follow these instructions, meditate, practice. Then arise this relative to the bodhicitta, then we have to go into absolute truth of bodhicitta. But when we share this teaching, is we have to follow by one, follow the stages. But when you engaging, when you meditate, practice, you can be simultaneously, engaging bodhicitta and relative to the bodhicitta, absolute to the bodhicitta. In the one section, we can use both. Thank you, everyone. So we finish there today. Finish bodhicitta teaching. I use the two zones because if you lose one and I have another one. So now we're going to do the dedication first before any questions. Dorjen Chang, Telopa, Naropa, Marpa, Malarepa, Dama, Lord Gambopa, Pamutropa, Lord Gompa, please bestow upon us the most auspicious bliss of all Kaju Lamas. But this virtue may achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies, confusion, may all who travels on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent, the precious mind, where it is unborn may it arise, where it is unborn may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. So that is our morality. I pray that Lama may have a good health. I pray that Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activities suffer far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri Vero realized autonomous state and as did Samantabhadra, I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I shall bear fruit. By the virtue collected in the three tongues, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the inner rule of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain and surpass perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of the Guru Digompa Ranashri, whose omniscient Lord of Dharma, master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation, and the end of the samsara. Thank you, everyone. So now, do you have any questions?
Kempo, I have a question.
Hi, Sandra.
Hello. Sometimes
I see you.
I know. I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
Sometimes, most of the time, we hear about developing love and compassion, and then bodhicitta, kind of in that order. But I read somewhere recently a different version. It went like developing love, and then non-duality, and then bodhicitta. Like, what do you think of that? Is that even possible? I mean, that seems like such a to realize non-duality seems like a very hard, a big achievement.
So, yes, Sandra, try one answer for you, but I'm not sure 100% I understand your question. If not,
Okay.
ask me again. So this practice is, of course, beginners, we have to follow like this relative truth first. And to cultivate love, compassion, bodhicitta. And then you get like some, understanding Dharma education. Then you know absolute truth. So you meditate, cultivate absolute true bodhicitta, also helps become relative truth bodhicitta. And relative truth bodhicitta helps absolute truth bodhicitta, okay?
Oh,
So then that's become support each other.
okay. Thank you very much.
So absolute truth bodhicitta is then become, of course, really arise like true bodhicitta is immeasurable bodhicitta is arise from absolute truth bodhicitta, because you're seeing every sentient beings are Buddha, but due to ignorance, emotions are stuck in samsara. So you really understand true nature, then true compassion, bodhicitta arise. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
So that's why it's teaching. Sometimes like talk about we cultivate Mahamudra arise bodhicitta. Cultivate bodhicitta arise Mahamudra. So then people think, which is the cause first? Bodhicitta is a cause for Mahamudra, or Mahamudra is cause for bodhicitta. But actually, beginner first level go follow is stage level is bodhicitta is the cause for the Mahamudra. But then some levels you meditate, then that meditation helps also cause for the bodhicitta. Then bodhicitta become pure bodhicitta arise. Yes. Okay, so that's I think Sandra's question. Then anyone has question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Did
You mentioned according to ability. So how do you recognize your level or your capability? Okay.
So that's actually you first, of course, you have to practice. I think meditate, cultivate bodhicitta. Then you recognize you're capable. So otherwise, if you not really practice bodhicitta, cultivating, then we don't know the capable. How can we have capable, right? So if you cultivate bodhicitta and meditate Mahamudra, so that then helps you recognize, like means like your own experience, which is you capable, which ones you can handle. You recognize yourself. So that is I cannot say like, oh, you capable like this. Nothing can show the object there. But through your practice, you get your own experience.
Okay, so it seems you have to interact with others to understand your capability. That's what I think. Is that true?
Yes. If you drive the car, so you know how to drive the car, so you recognize you're capable, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If you don't drive, you don't know. So where you're capable or you're capable, and you practice meditate, and then you follow that, then be with other samsaric beings. You recognize you're capable.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kempo, there's a question in the chat room. They don't have a mic. Would you like to read that one?
Sure.
It is with Zoldi. Did you want to read it, Kempo?
Yeah, read, please.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, I don't go to chat room.
Okay. This is from Zoldi.
I didn't see any message in chat room. Yes.
Okay. This is from Zoldi. Is bodhicitta this energy or blessing we can feel when we meditate on loving kindness or compassion?
So the question, right?
Yes. Is bodhicitta this energy or blessing can we feel when we meditate on loving kindness or compassion?
Yes, of course. Yes, sure. If you practice bodhicitta, meditate, it's really feeling is different. Good, positive feeling arise our mind. Yes. Arise love for others. Arise compassion for others. Yes. Then that's it, right? Thank you, everyone. Then good day, and the next week we have a shamatha meditation. So follow the shamatha. Next week, then vipassana. Come into the absolute truth, the bodhicitta. So we finish relative truth, the bodhicitta. So now we have to create absolute truth, the bodhicitta.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, bye. Have a
Thank
good day,
you so
everyone.
much,
Thank you,
Kempo.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
Sangha.
you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Goodbye, Sandra.
Bye, Kempo.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.